Wow. 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 We're the luckiest people to be able to get to have guests like you come into the studio, play music, and we get to basically have our own private concerts here. Yeah. The only difference is now we're sharing it with the rest of the world because we did a live stream today. This is something new. So that those of you that are out there watching, we're going to try it. We're live in studio today. First time ever.
Last as well.
Is the, why?
What could possibly go wrong?
He immediately
said it was scary.
Leslie just hit it on the head. What could possibly go wrong? That reminds me, what could go wrong is I could forget to turn your levels up and we got to move your mic. So everybody out there, we are lucky that we have a band all the way from Scotland. Skyrie, thank you for joining us. I'm going to introduce you from my left to your right. So James or Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy when I'm not in trouble.
Right. Not yet. So it might be Jimmy, it might be James.
It could be James, very quickly.
Leslie, did I have that right? Yeah. And Chris? Thank you guys for joining us and making the trip all the way to Montrose just for us, right?
Absolutely.
We're the only reason you're here from Scotland.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
WKRP Montrose. That's the dedication we have to this town. We brought these guys all the way from Fife.
The funding it took for you guys to bring us here. So.
I know.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Thank you, all you taxpayers out there for making that happen.
Don't say that. People will complain.
No, well, let's hold on. Let's do pay some of the bills. So Healthy Rhythm. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You guys are performing tonight at Healthy Rhythm.
What time does that begin? Yeah.
I think it's 7:30 show.
7:30 show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Healthy Rhythm is on. What street is it on?
Oh, now you're going to have... It's off of Main. How about that?
I'll find the address.
You can do that while I do this. Listen, if you're watching now, you can, and good thing that we're doing this in the very front, if you mention WKRP at the door, you'll get a discount from the door price tickets. Cool. So you can pre-buy tickets at Healthy Rhythm, but if you don't make it till the last minute, say WKRP at the door, and they will give you a discount. Thank you, Ken, for making that happen. And thank you guys for traveling and coming out. That was fantastic. Now, Rob has been waiting for me to mispronounce this all morning. The style of music is
I want, if the problem is I prompted him now.
Not sure where this is going.
Well, we
I
just read the bio.
We're going to talk Rangers.
But
anyway.
the problem is I wanted him to try and pronounce some words, but we did a little...
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah, but he's not. He knows it.
Well, I've already forgot. Yeah.
Go on.
No, now I'm nervous and I know I'm going to get it wrong.
I hope you do.
Salid?
I don't believe that's correct.
Really
No, that was really wrong.
It wasn't as bad as his first try.
I don't know what word that was.
Yeah, well, so say it. Okay, now we're all done laughing at the redneck.
So well, it's. I mean, is it Kaylee? You pronounce.
Yes, that's right. Although what we're doing here isn't Kaylee.
No, but that's what
I guess you could.
Well,
So
well,
Kaylee is
actually,
just a gathering,
Yeah.
strictly
Yeah,
speaking, and
strictly
then
speaking, it's not just a
it's
dance.
become more of a gathering for dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
And it sort of happens a lot in Scotland for weddings and things like
Yeah.
that. And you could dance some Scottish dances to that.
That's true, yeah.
What we just played there. I don't know what they would be, but
I definitely felt motivated to get up and start moving, and then I realized it was better to like.
Please.
Yeah, well, I was
see that.
I was going to settle with the foot
I would
stomping.
pay real money to see that.
Yeah.
You don't want to. He's as graceful as a hippo. No rhythm.
Rob's-
no healthy rhythm.
Rob's never seen me dance. That's okay.
yeah.
So yeah, Kaylee is that kind of Scottish gathering.
Yeah,
it's a gathering.
Scottish Irish.
Essentially. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing. And
Yeah.
actually, the first album, the name Kaylee, the second part of that Kaylee is the Irish for Kaylee. That's pronounced exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so now then you get since we're already done laughing at Dennis and how he can't pronounce
It's my
some
favorite
of
part
yeah.
of every episode.
I know.
It's great.
Hunger Road is the new album that's coming out.
Correct.
And it's going to be released. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify.
already-
Yep, sorry.
It came out
Already,
on
Last week.
August 31st.
Okay.
It was up on the streaming services just slightly ahead of that.
We're a little behind you guys. You know, there's an hour difference.
Seven hours.
Several days. No, I'm just
Seven
kidding.
hours.
So you're on tour promoting this album, or just on tour?
Actually, no.
Okay.
We're planning to be across in the States for a longer period next year, and then we just got invited to come and play Long's Peak Scottish and Irish Highland Festival in Estes Park, which was on last weekend. And then our agent lined us up with you lovely people here in Montrose, and we're looking forward to doing that tonight. And then we're tomorrow night back across near Boulder, Lafayette.
Okay.
I think this is a good opportunity to make sure everybody who lives here learns how to pronounce the name of their town correctly.
Okay.
Oh, we've been doing a word of the day
Did you
as well.
notice
Yeah.
I came transatlantic on my pronunciation there.
Well, so the thing is, Montrose is named after Montrose in Scotland.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mon-
It's
But you don't
which
pronounce
is
it
Montrose.
Yeah,
Montrose, yeah.
not Montrose,
Not Montrose.
or
It's Montrose.
some of the other
So
horrific
you pronounce it
variants.
the same here as well.
No, they put the emphasis on the first
Well,
syllable.
some
Montrose,
people
right,
do.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Montrose. Yeah, everyone here puts the emphasis on the other way around.
Right.
But there are some people who pronounce it in several other
And
horrific
actually, if you were to do it
variations.
properly, you'd be rolling your R as well and get Montrose.
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 Very good. It's a Celtic and you can.
That's true, yeah. So, anyway.
You've enjoyed this,
Move on.
and this was kind of like when
Yeah.
you guys were talking soccer before the show earlier. For the rest of us,
I'm going
it
to
was
translate.
that was
I know
all
you know what soccer means, but I'm going to talk about your
football.
plaid pants in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Or your tartan trousers. I'll be the cultural translator for you if you like.
Okay, this is the reason why Ken really wanted you guys to come on the show, is because Ken and Rob are friends, and Rob loves to make fun of me on the show.
Oh, that's a shame.
And so I'm the odd fish out now
Okay.
in this group.
So you want us to
So-
turn on him?
I mean, if I have to
We
ask,
could
if
go
I
for
have
the Scotland-Ireland,
Yeah.
Scotland-Wales rugby rivalries, for example. We could move on to that.
At the moment, let's not talk about that.
So how did the band come together? Because each of you are accomplished individually. Like I was looking at your bios. You know, Leslie, you play the bagpipes,
Yeah, that's right.
and you were a finalist for 3 years.
On the
fiddle.
Glenfiddich, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
The Glenfiddich.
Yeah.
Glenfiddich, it's both a fiddle and a bagpipe competition, although they're at different times. They're
Okay.
handled completely separately.
But
yeah,
you
it's-
do play the bagpipes
I
too,
do play
right?
the bagpipes.
Okay.
She's also a pipe major in the local pipe band.
Right.
Yeah, check me.
Okay. So we know who wears the tartan trousers in the group now,
Absolutely.
And in the
work.
house.
and in the
In
house.
the house, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't know where I was going with that?
There was
Okay.
a Genesis story, I think you
So
were fishing
yeah,
for.
well, I was going to
Oh,
say
yes. Where did we
the
come
genesis
from?
of the band. Thank you,
I'm awake.
James, for keeping me on track.
No, that was a Jimmy comment.
I feel it was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
James is when, hey, we got to wrap this up, James.
Okay. So how did the band come together?
Well, I started it years ago, what, 10, 15?
2015 at least. Yeah.
Possibly more than
But
that.
not this lineup.
No, it's been through lots of changes.
Mostly
in lineup.
guitarists.
Yeah.
Yes, we got through a lot of guitarists before we finally ended up with
We
Jimmy.
couldn't find one cheeky enough.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy came along.
And then we
Did you
Jimmy
say- wait,
popped
wait. Did you say cheaply enough or cheeky enough?
up. So are you the only original member, as it were?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I am.
All right.
It was two fiddles and guitar initially.
Yeah.
And as Chris was saying, we went through various guitarists, and then Chris.
Well, I don't know how you guys got together.
Well, we got together before that. I had written a couple of country albums for a singer from Dunfermline who... have you guys heard of Nazareth, the band Nazareth from the 70s? Okay, so Pete Agnew is the bass player with Nazareth. He's the only remaining member.
Right.
His son, Stevie, was the person I wrote a couple of country albums for, Americana country albums, and they did really well, actually. So Leslie came in the second album, as did Jimmy.
All right, is that actually where you met?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, strictly speaking, no. We did a Kaylee.
We had
Kaylee
yeah.
together.
A few years before that, but that's basically how we met. Yeah.
And so, but now,
I'm learning.
James,
I don't know what's right. I didn't know this.
Nice to meet
Jimmy,
you.
this is not your first time to the area,
No,
either.
So Chris and I go back many decades, I'm sad to say. I mean, I know, look at the youthful complexion here.
Your
How
parents
could we
brought you
possibly
over.
guess? But no, we were way back. We played with a Scottish singer-songwriter called Dougie MacLean, who wrote a very famous song in Scotland called Caledonia. And he's pretty well known in the States. And we toured for, 5 years, something like that, in the 90s.
Yeah, music for Last of the Mohicans film.
Yes,
right?
Oh, wow.
The main theme of Last of the Mohicans movie is based on one of his tunes. Well, it is one of his tunes. And we were invited to come and play Telluride Bluegrass Festival in '92.
Wow.
I mean, I was 3.
Yeah.
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 Which was amazing. They were blown away. They still talk about it up in Telluride. This 3-year-old that was on the stage just crushing it.
Wee Jimmy.
Yeah, wee Jimmy. So, when is there been any other attachment to Colorado? Because you guys, this is the first time that you've come out here as a band, though, right?
With this lineup, again with Dougie, we probably toured. I don't really remember. I remember playing a really old theatre in Boulder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
once,
and played Denver a few times too.
But yeah, don't remember. Sorry.
We'll have to make sure that the Telluride Bluegrass people, we'll tag them and see if we can get you.
Get you back on the
One of
stage.
the best experiences of my life, I have to
Yeah.
say, playing on that stage. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful weather like this today. The views of the mountains.
And once you woke up.
Yeah,
Well,
apart
well,
from the mini stroke.
I did have a slight oxygen deprivation problem
Yeah, that happened.
because I went up to, is it Tomboy up above?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
We went there on the morning of the gig,
Oh.
so 14,000 feet, something like that. And about half an hour before I was due to go on the main stage, I thought, I can't really feel my arms.
Oh, no.
And I kind of need them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also at the time, I used to play I used to stand on one leg playing electric guitar
Yeah.
and play foot bass on a keyboard with
Right.
my other foot. So it was all very complicated stuff. But they were all geared up. They had 2 masseurs backstage and working on my neck and get the oxygen flowing. They had oxygen at the side. And so I was off in between going...
Really?
And I honestly didn't know what planet I was on. And I kind of woke up
Planet
during
Bluegrass.
Planet Bluegrass, yeah. Well done.
I like it. Good.
Kind of woke up during the third number, looking at this sea of people and the mountains and the sunshine, and thinking, "Wow, this is life. This is life. This is awesome."
It's got to be because you guys mentioned you were just over in Colorado or just north of Colorado in Estes Park, and you were
north of Denver, yeah.
and you were coming in to you went to Red Rocks.
Oh yeah.
But you weren't able to, unfortunately, because they only have they have a schedule where they let the public
It's been
in.
one of my long-term musical ambitions to play the Red Rocks, right? And we weren't invited, so we thought, well, we'll just turn up and see if we can get in.
Yeah.
And then we can say we played Red Rocks.
Right.
We're still going to have another go tomorrow.
There you go.
We failed.
You can play. You can be up
We'll be in
and
the
still
car
play
park.
Red Rocks. At the entrance, you can still see the stage.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
I think that is one of the things that I love about music out here. Music in the mountains. Some of the venues that we have to play are just absolutely incredible.
And here's an awesome amphitheater right here in
We-
Montrose.
We do have an
Montrose.
awesome. You're just having way too much fun with that, aren't you?
Great. I love it.
Yeah, you outnumber me. I know.
Outnumbered by the Celts. It's beautiful.
When you were talking about pronunciation, I thought you were going to get them to say Celtic instead of Celtic.
They do that here a lot.
Or
Yeah.
Ochtermuchty or
Anyway.
something like that.
Yeah, Ochter Mufti.
I was going to ask you about the name of the drum because
Okay,
I want Dennis to mess that
So
up.
Oh, do you want to spell it out
Yeah,
first?
yeah.
Yeah,
let's do
from the
that.
spelling.
BODHRAN.
Can you?
Ban-
I'm gonna translate the itch part as
Bandra.
well.
Bandra?
I've heard worse.
Yeah, we've heard worse. You would be hung in Ireland.
Okay.
However, it's called Bowron. And in Irish Gaelic, it means noisy.
Right.
And,
Does exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah, it's mostly mispronounced Baran
Okay.
or
I think that's an acceptable pronunciation, isn't it?
Bodron. Yeah, that's
Right.
the one you'd be
Right.
hung for in Ireland. So it's basically the Irish drum kit.
Right.
So you've got a bass drum, you've got a snare with a pop.
Do you want to hear a bass drum and a snare and a?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you've got a bass drum, and you've got a snare, and you've got toms in between. So like a.
Yeah.
And you control the tone. Control the tone with your hand on the back. You see.
It's pretty amazing, given that how simple it looks,
Yeah.
to be able to get those different sounds.
That's what people say about me.
Okay. But without
Looks
the
simple, but actually does a good job for now. For now.
Did I make that face?
was that like a rhythm that you would play in some of the songs?
Yeah. If you're
Because without the rest of the accompaniment, that felt a little funky to me.
oh yeah. Well, we have a funky edge to us. We've actually got a sort of a drum kit tonight as well. I wasn't able to bring one with me, but I've got elements of that. So there'll be some funky rhythms going tonight because I'm mostly a kit player.
And I mentioned that I play foot bass, so again we've got bass stuff happening alongside as well. So
Right.
the sound really fills out.
And you guys are coming, right?
Oh, I'm definitely coming. Yeah,
And
yeah.
you'll have the pipes tonight as well, right?
No.
Oh, not tonight.
They didn't make it across the Atlantic,
Okay.
unfortunately.
All right.
So how much of the album is how much? So it's all original, right?
Not
But
quite.
Okay, that's
There
where I was
are
getting at.
Yeah, there's some traditional tunes in there. There are.
Well, what we played at the beginning there,
That was original.
all of them were original.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, there you go. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, so we've written the majority of it. We've got a couple of covers. Well, we've got one cover on there. It's a Dougie MacLean song that both Jimmy and I used to like playing with him. So we did that. Leslie sings that very well. And we have...
Oh, quite well.
And we have a traditional song, which is
Too nice, Jimmy.
Raggle Taggle Gypsy. Do you know that song?
I don't know
No,
that song.
You
I
don't?
don't. I mean, I don't know it by name.
Okay, so
but-
it's a song from the 1600s from Scotland. That's where it derives from. But it was made famous by Planxty in the 1970s, and people think it's an Irish song, but it's actually a Scottish song. There's also a traditional Scottish song called Jock of Hazeldean. Lyrics were by Sir Walter Scott.
Well, Sir Walter Scott is why this town is called Montrose, because his novel, The Rose of Montrose, is what the town was named after.
There we go.
So, full circle.
Well, so
That's
we
a
should,
great
have been, we
time.
should have been
Yeah.
playing Jock, but we're not set up to do it.
I just also want to address
The trapeze isn't in, the trapeze is up in the venue.
next time. The fact that you said, it dates back to the 1600s.
Yeah.
I just want to, for any confused listeners out there, the world didn't actually begin in 1776. There are places out there with longer history.
Yeah. You behaved yourself so well all the way up into that point.
Are you a Christopher Hitchens fan by any chance?
I yes.
Feel like we shouldn't go there.
Well, let's not go.
We can go wherever you want.
I love him.
Yeah. Oh, I love him too. Yeah.
Okay.
His brother less so, but we'll.
So less of Rob and more of you guys,
Yeah,
I think
that's fair.
would be fantastic. Are you guys prepared to play something else,
What should we
about-
play?
or do we want to leave people wanting
Would you
before they
like
come
a
out to the
song?
show?
Yeah, I think.
Sad song.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Has everybody out there had their coffee this morning? Because we might get a little sad, we might get a little weepy.
what we'll do for you is the title track of our new album, Hunger Road. So
Ah.
the story behind this is I'm a mix of Scots and Irish. So my dad, his family were from Kinghorn in Fife, really ancient place. They've been there for hundreds of years. They have an Irish connection that I haven't managed to quite pin down because it's very difficult. But my mum's side are very firmly County Mayo in Ireland. And the family over there, when I traced the roots back, I found that they had a small field that supported seven families, sorry. And I wondered how they survived during the potato famine. Now, if your listeners don't know much about that, so in the 1850s there was a series of terrible potato famines, and people were starving to death. But what happened was there was a government minister called Charles Trevelyan, and in Westminster, and he was a fan of laissez-faire economics. He didn't want to interfere. In fact, he thought it was God's wrath on the Irish anyway, and was prepared to let them starve. But he introduced a public works scheme, which saw thousands of emaciated, starving Irish people forced to build roads, often to nowhere. So that's what the song's about. It's called Hunger Road.
All right, everybody. Skyrie with Hunger Road.
The road it is long, and I cannot stand, nor have I the strength to work the soil. Give me some bread that can nourish too, and we shall toil, my love and I. Down in the field in the morning dew, the crop lay blackened in the ground, and the clouds whilst gathering mordant blue gave ne'er a thought for their redound. My love and I looked out to sea that girt so deep the emerald shore. A ship she comes from Boston Quay, with mercy's breath, a sloop of war. She's deep with maize, as deep can be, but not so deep as Aaron's hole. I know not if we sink or swim by Trevelyan's cruel door. The road it is long, and I cannot stand, nor have I the strength to work the soil. Give me some bread that can nourish too, and we shall toil, my love and I held my love on the hunger road by the bough of a round tree. She felt so grey and bold, and so my love was lost to me.
Amazing.
Forgot to move the mic.
Luckiest. Oh no, we lost the whole mic.
Oh no!
I feel like I'm channeling Freddie Mercury all of a
Yeah.
sudden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it'll go right back in the stand. Sorry about that.
That was amazing. It
That-
was beautiful.
It brings a tear to my eye, I have to say.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's not emotional at all.
No, I can tell. I
normally don't
think
care.
that. But no, it is very emotional. I mean, I'm kind of, with my Scottish heritage, I'm a little bit emotional.
I don't think I've ever heard Rob speechless. Let's put it that way.
One of the most interesting, I forgot to say that the most controversial part of that whole episode was that there wasn't actually a famine. That all of the produce that was being made in Ireland was being exported to England. All the people starved to death.
And this, again, I mean, you know, it's a common thing for me. I talk about this all the time. Anyone but England, and we laugh and joke about that. But
Bloody British
there's a
Empire,
very
yeah.
serious undertone to all this, and there is a very good reason why we, the Welsh, the Scots, and the Irish, largely hate the English. They were not the nicest people at the time. So
But not English people individually.
no.
obviously.
It was the Empire.
Yeah. I mean, I don't speak Welsh, and that is largely down to similar reasons. You know, they literally beat the language out of us.
I
Well,
guess
very
for me,
few
it's much
speak
less of a
Gaelic,
historic. I mean, obviously, it's very important in the times of the
In the
song was
context.
set and the context there. For me, it's more about the domination of the media
Yeah.
by Southern England, London particularly.
Yeah.
You always feel like you're a little bit shoved out to the
Oh,
side, and
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
what breeds the
Yeah.
friendly rivalries that are mostly there these days.
These
in
days,
sport.
that's why. Yeah,
Yeah,
but for
but-
me, it's sport. That's where it's
Yeah.
the new.
We should also mention that Leslie's
I
might not be Scottish.
I grew up in England. my heritage is mainly Irish, but I grew up in England, and
Yeah.
when you're in amongst all of that, it just seems perfectly normal, and
Yeah.
the media seems, well, it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then as soon as you come out and you see it from the perspective of looking in,
Yeah.
you think, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Well, I think
So
it's also
nice.
important. I think to mention that the north-south divide in England.
Oh yeah,
Right?
that's
Oh,
huge.
yeah.
I was in the north
Just
of
as
England,
big.
so we were
From South Wales, I have a lot in common with the north. You know, the north of England,
yeah.
the Geordies and all that. We have a lot in common. We're all working class. It's definitely that north-south divide. So
But Leslie, the gorgeous Leslie, is a fabulous combination of Scandinavian, tiny bit of English, a lot of Scots, and mostly Irish, which
Yeah.
is a fantastic combination.
well, we're all. I mean, I'm a mongrel as well.
We all
Depends.
are.
I'm
We all
I'm a Welsh
I'm a
Scottish
pure blood.
a hybrid
exaggeration.
or a mongrel, depending on the day. But yeah, you're a pureblood. I have not.
Scottish as far back as we can trace.
Yeah,
let's
I
put
have
it that
not
way.
done that 23andMe thing.
Oh,
I don't-
Chris is really into
I'm,
his
ter-
heritage
I'm terrified. I'm
thing.
terrified to find out
Well,
something
listen,
I don't
you know,
want to
you know
find
what you
out.
can do? There's a fascinating thing that you can do. Say you did your 23andMe or Ancestry,
Yeah.
whatever, upload it to GEDmatch.
Yeah.
And what you can do is you can compare your DNA against ancient DNA. Now,
Okay.
there are thousands of samples of full genomes of ancient DNA from all around the world. And
Right.
when I did mine, I was a closest match to Rathlin Man 1. Now, Rathlin Island is an island just between Western Scotland and Northern Ireland, and 3 bodies were found in the 1990s, and they date back 4,000 years. So my closest match with ancient DNA was to Rathlin Man 1, but the second closest match was 8,000 years ago to Ballynahati Woman, which is also just kind of almost in Southern Ireland but still in the north. So it's really fascinating. to
See,
look
that
at.
would be okay.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of finding out something that I'm a direct descendant
It's
of.
the in the middle stuff, isn't it? That's the worry.
Of Charles I.
Oh, but that-
Somewhere.
But
that's the
they
good
say
stuff.
that they say that just in terms of generations, though, that almost everyone in Western Europe is descended from was it Charlemagne?
Right.
You know, was that
Yeah.
1,000 years ago or something? Was he a pope? I don't know who Charlemagne was.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're saying you're all related?
Yes. The thing is,
That was
take that.
that,
thing is,
that was the American dumbing down of everything that you just said.
A guy we mentioned being in Telluride years ago, and the guy I met, an American guy I met when we were staying in this fantastic lodge, who made me laugh so much. He said, "So, if a couple from your place of choice you can put in here. We're going to say Fife because we're from Fife in
Right.
Scotland. If a couple from Fife get divorced, are they still cousins?
That I feel like
What
there's
I love about
there's
that
a
joke
southern
is-
joke that could go
Yeah,
along right with
Florida, Delta, Colorado.
that. Oh, careful.
That's the next county over. It's
Yeah.
fine. This is WKRP Montrose.
Hey, Ty Gallenbach, I know you're out there, watching and listening. So make sure that you little note. Actually, this is a good. I'm going to break in for just a second. We're going to pay some bills. 970-316-3162. This is live, actually, so you could call in.
Definitely don't call in.
You could try. We'll see if we could do that.
I say it even when we record it, but
yeah.
now it's live. I don't want anyone to call in, and I don't
Very,
want to
very
speak
bad
to
idea. Bad
anybody.
idea.
And Rob, everyone else is hydrating, but what do you have over there? And I noticed you didn't offer me any.
Yours is here.
Oh,
I
there's
didn't
mine.
wanna-
Oh,
didn't want
I'll take
to,
that then.
you
You couldn't give it to me while we
disrupt
were.
the performance. No.
Okay.
This is again. We're just
This
going
is-
to pay some bills here for
yeah.
a second. This is
Look at the color on that.
The
It's very
Irish.
nice.
Ooh, wow, it looks
It's the
fabulous.
Irish red from Pomona, which is just around the corner.
Just down the street
It's the most appropriate beer that they had for today. I felt.
was the Irish red.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There wasn't.
I'm sure Kevin will.
what was the
will
porter?
brew a Scotch ale at some
Yeah.
point. And I mean, I've been waiting, but I want some kind of Welsh beer. I don't care what it tastes like. Just put the word Wales on it. Call it Dragon something or other. But yes, so Pomona-
In your case, Dragon's Breath. Would that
Yeah,
would
I
be
was
that would be. that would
yeah,
be-
he's trying to insult me, but it doesn't. It doesn't work. So, go on.
All right, fine.
Read your talking points.
I don't like it when you do that. That means the work that I try to do before the guests come
It's
on the
great.
show.
He does some Facebook stalking
Right.
and mispronounces some stuff, and that's his
They're
reason.
like an old married couple.
It's adorable.
It's okay.
Like us, you mean?
I'll tell you, if that is in the podcasting world, Dennis is punching well above his weight.
You should see my wife. It's a habit. I do punch above my weight. No. You guys totally got me off track. The fact that people do call him my work wife, though, is something that you're alluding
his real
to.
wife calls me that.
That's true. They have way too much in common, which is
Yeah.
like a bad thing for me. So, okay, politics and bands and staying together and traveling and touring and all that. You said this is not the first iteration of this band. How is this iteration? Do you guys enjoy spending this much time together when you're traveling
Well, you
all
notice
over?
they're sitting together at one end of the sofa,
Right, and
I'm
you're in
sitting
the other?
as far as I can get to the other end.
How often are you
It's your
James and
radius,
not
Jimmy,
Jimmy
your
in this
radius.
conversation?
Yeah, Jimmy's protruding into your space there.
What is the hassle in traveling as a band? Like, is it just being away from
Well,
family,
the
or is
biggest
it
thing-
exciting?
Yeah, but we're too posh to travel economy.
That is probably
And it's just torture, but we don't have the money. So.
To be fair, that was the worst part of the whole thing was the flight.
Yeah.
And somebody reclining their seat right in front of you.
Yeah.
You got like 3 inches to breathe in for 10 hours.
Did you have to go down to Heathrow, or did you?
Yeah,
Yes.
Heathrow to Denver.
I mean, so here's the other thing. After 8 years living in the US, it kind of makes me laugh a little bit now. But the distance thing is all relative,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's such a long way to
I know.
Heathrow.
How long does it take to get from Fife down to Heathrow?
Is it about an hour and
Well,
20
it-
minutes?
50,
or something?
50 minutes flying
On the
time.
floor?
Yeah.
Oh, is it 50? Oh, right, okay.
But
Yeah.
it took 2 hours, that one there, because of delays and
Oh.
fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's nothing to
No.
you guys.
Well, and the driving thing is also funny
That'll
to
be
me.
hilarious,
My
yeah.
friend from when I went back home recently, it takes about 2 hours. He drove to just come and give me a lift from Heathrow Airport. It's about a couple of hours. And he didn't make a fuss about it, of course. But the idea in the US, like a few years ago, I drove to LA, and it's 12 hours from here. And it wasn't that bad. But to the average British person, they're like, well, that's Land's End to John
Yeah,
O'Groats.
that's as far
It's
as
the
you can
entire
drive.
length of the country. So, but yeah, the flight, it's never that pleasant. You flew into Denver then, obviously. It's not too bad, but
What was the festival? What was the name of the festival that you played again?
Long's Peak Scottish and Irish Highland Festival.
And how was Estes Park? Did you guys
so
enjoy that? Did
yeah.
you see elk while you were there?
my goodness.
Oh yeah. I got a little video. I got it for my coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
We were staying bizarrely in the YMCA.
Which is
I
the
know
Y-
the
YMCA of the Rockets.
It's a beautiful
I've
place,
stayed there
yeah.
too.
It is
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. I know the
Absolutely
YMCA,
beautiful.
it's
So I
just-
walked up
Yeah.
to get my coffee, and I came back, and there was like 10 deer all around me, including 4 fawns, young ones.
Yeah.
And they were like doing zoomies, like I've got sausage dogs at home. You know, they were like zooming after each other, just playing, but right
in front of you.
right up to you.
It's pretty. Colorado
Amazing.
is pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
My favourite
Amazing
state.
place.
Amazing.
It's always
Yeah.
been my favourite state.
Yeah. That's the correct answer. But
No,
even if it's not true, it's
It
still
actually
no,
is.
it's true.
And these guys are a couple, just to confirm
The dynamics,
Yes,
right?
indeed.
Is
Yep.
that better?
Indeed.
Oh, that
No,
was
I've got a
nice.
snotty cold, isn't it? Anyway.
I travelled, toured all over the States for years
Yeah.
and years, and Colorado is firmly my favourite place. It reminds me of home. It's stunning.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the west coast of Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
just like on the best day of the year,
Yeah.
every day.
Well, that one
that
day
one
when we
day.
have the sun.
Yeah, that one day when the sun's out.
What was?
I'll tell you, it's funny having lived here for 8 years. When I do go back home, I'm disappointed if it's too sunny and too warm.
I get that.
I don't mind a bit of drizzle and grey sky. It's
Feels like home.
It does feel like home. And when we have those rare days here where it does that, I'm the one outside walking around in the rain. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It is. It is. That is my favorite when the storm comes over the
Yeah.
mountains
Yeah.
and it sits in, because typically out here the weather seems to kind of go like we're lucky in the winter it goes around us,
Right.
Right.
but the same thing in the summer, like the rain seems to go around us, but every once in a while it comes over the mountains and just lays in.
Yeah.
And it's so epic to look. It makes the mountains look even that much closer.
Yeah.
And then the rain comes in, and it does feel like those are some of my favorite times
Yeah.
here as well. Because the sunny days are 300 days a year, and like blue jay skies, and
We take it
it's
for granted.
amazing. Yeah, we do take it for granted.
sure, but
Yes, Billy Connolly said, our Scottish comedian, he says, we have 2 seasons in Scotland, August and winter.
it's great. It's true. But so you came down from Estes Flat. You drove, I assume.
Yeah, so we
Yes,
drove
that was
yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you?
How was that? That's like 5-6 hours.
That's okay.
Well, we took a little bit longer because we had a couple of detours along
Yeah.
the way. But
I stopped for an ice cream in Vale.
Oh yeah.
And the Red Rocks thing that you were
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. I had to go and visit that because it's only 10 minutes off the road. You
Yeah.
can't miss that.
What did you think of the? So you came through Glenwood Valley, or Glenwood Canyon.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Stunning.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
over to Jimmy. We're Mr. and Mrs. Magoo when it comes to directions
Oh, yeah.
and
No idea
geography.
So
where we
Jimmy, is,
Not
you're
a
the
clue.
driver too.
He's,
then?
he's the guy.
I chose to drive. I like driving.
Yeah.
I love
And
driving. I just
and
never know where
and
I am.
Like,
That's all.
I like knowing where stuff is.
Yeah.
And I like,
Yeah.
you know, like you open a map, that's ownership.
Yeah.
I own Colorado now.
Yeah.
So I know we're all. I know how I'm
I
going to
mean,
get there.
that's literally kind of how it happened back in the day. You
Yeah.
know? They just started expanding west and
Yeah,
went, "Hey, we like
absolutely.
this place, we're taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody lives here
Ish.
until somebody.
Yeah.
was
So we're saying
living there.
Skyrie just put their flag in Colorado and claimed
Yes,
it.
I
we
think
did.
so.
Okay, all right,
So
I like it.
Definitely
Yeah.
back next summer.
So let's remind everybody, you guys are performing tonight
Yeah.
at Healthy Rhythm.
Yeah.
7:30?
7:30 show. I think 7 p.m. doors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next to Sidelines on Uncompahgre.
Okay, there we
So
go.
everyone
Is that
knows
like a
what
sports
that
bar
is.
thing? Yeah.
It's the bar. Yeah, the sports bar next door. And that's it. You're leaving tomorrow.
Yeah,
So-
literally just it's a one night stand.
Yeah.
We,
This time.
No, but it's pretty.
but you'll call us, right? You'll call us.
Of course.
You won't.
Yeah,
No.
they'll call next. They'll call next summer.
You won't leave us on red
I
if we
think we need
text
to
you.
send you guys out some whiskey.
There we go.
You know-
Now we're talking.
We have 2 distilleries in town.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm just gonna say after the concert tonight, if you're up for it, maybe we'll find some. Actually,
Hey, David Fishering.
I give Dave a shameless plug.
yeah.
This is actually his bourbon, but we
Okay.
have 2 distilleries in town, so maybe we'll have a wee nip of something.
Or
sounds
we'll,
glorious.
we'll bring you something pre-show. Maybe we can figure that out. You can drink it whenever you want,
What
but
about
we'll bring
it
it to you
sober?
pre-show. Yeah.
Yeah, but and that's it. So I feel kind of honoured on behalf of Montrose that you've driven 6 hours to get here. You're leaving tomorrow. It's not like this is not a stop off on the way to anywhere. It's a
No, no.
No,
It was
hell
a
of
destination.
It's a
Yeah,
hell
we
of
came
a
on
detour.
purpose.
Right, you came on purpose.
Yeah, but more importantly than that, you know, we've travelled from Scotland and we don't have enough money to get home.
Yeah.
So if people could come along and buy tickets and CDs and t-shirts,
There you go.
There's a-
Otherwise, the thing is, if you
There's an
don't leave
immigrant
with-
joke in there
Oh, no,
somewhere.
hang on a minute. If they like us, we're
Yeah.
kind of...
Yeah, we want to be stuck with you,
Right.
so that's
Yeah, yeah.
not going to work.
Yeah.
But
tickets it all back.
But we'll do our best.
Yeah, you'd have to play
Doing-
complete. Well, actually, you've already played beautifully,
Yeah,
so
you-
now they are gonna want you to stay.
Yeah, you messed it
So
up. You
if
messed
you'd
it
have played
up.
out of key, then
Should've
maybe.
been rubbish.
Yeah,
We'd have
should've been.
crowdfunded to get you out of here.
Okay, do we want to play one more before on the way out, or do we want
you
to?
like
We'd love
Yeah?
to, yeah.
Okay, so everybody, don't forget, go check them out tonight. Healthy Rhythm, Skyrie.
Oh, whiskey.
We're gonna let them play.
Whiskey. I forgot to get my.
Rob, any other notes of wisdom?
I can do it that. Yeah.
Not really.
No.
I pressed a
I
button.
can't tell you how much he's enjoyed this opportunity to have you, fellow countrymen, here on his side
Thanks so
for an
much.
episode.
It's been great to be here.
Yeah,
I-
I really appreciate it.
I, on the other hand, extremely enjoyed the music. Can't wait till this evening to come see you guys play live. It's been horrible having you in the studio, though, so I don't know what to tell you. Well, thank you again very much, Skyrie. I'll let you guys take it
Are you
away.
concerned that I just pressed a button on the microphone, or is everything fine?
I think everything is good.
And appropriately enough, this is a little set of tunes called Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Ah, it's like we planned it.
So here's the thing: is it whiskey with or without an E?
Oh,
See,
without-
don't-
Without an E,
Don't-
it's actual whiskey.
Ah, ooh. All right, I'm gonna leave that hang there for a minute.
Controversial.
I panicked there because my volume was down. I forgot we were acoustic.
1, 2, 3.
Wow. That was amazing. I thought you
Wow.
were just going to keep getting faster. I was like, you especially.
It doesn't work. We have to all do it together.
Right.
It kind of falls apart.
It was brilliant. That was fantastic as well.
Thanks so much, guys.
So this is the thing that I do love about having you guys here and doing it live is while this was all going on, I neglected to see all the awesome comments in the post. So Ty did reach out, Rob, and said it was wonderful listening to you be heartfelt and intelligent during a conversation, and then immediately followed it with, "Well, so much for sounding intelligent." but
How
then
about this, Ty? Why don't you come to the concert tonight, and we'll buy your ticket.
Yeah.
We can make it up to you that
Awesome.
way.
that's true.
Bring 5 full paying people with you, but
So also bringing influence into Montrose. Kevin McHugh, who is Pomona, along with Chelsea, said
Mr. Pomona.
Mr. Pomona.
There is a Mrs.
And a
Pomona
McHugh.
too.
Yes.
He's a McHugh as well.
Oh,
yeah,
he has to come.
He is Kevin. Yeah, Kevin and Chelsea, you have to come. I've just sent them a message anyway. But
He said Scotch ale for sure!
but Kevin,
Exclamation mark.
Yeah, McHugh. Kevin's of Irish descent, right, Kevin? Yeah.
And then a reminder one more time: if you don't buy your tickets early, you can show up at the door and mention that you saw Skyrie on WKRP, and they will give you a discount at the door. So
Ken has posted.
Ken
Has posted that too. So,
So thank you guys so very much for showing up. We appreciate having you. The music was insane. It's awesome. I can't wait to see tonight when you're all set up. But acoustic, it's beautiful.
Tired.
What's that? What'd you say?
When we're tired.
When you're tired.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned you're going to go to the Black Canyon.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Ken, get the masseuses ready and the oxygen
I was
tanks.
going to say, that's another few thousand feet up to the top of the Black Canyon. You'll be fine. It's not that much.
But the views are incredible, so I'm sure you guys hopefully inspired, by it. Make sure that you go check out and download the music on either YouTube Music, Spotify. Are there any other platforms that I'm missing? Well, wait a second.
Deezer.
How do we make sure? When I say those things, and then I'm like, where do we go to make sure they get paid better?
That's the thing.
Yeah, well,
iTunes.
Does it make that much difference? If you sell 10,000 albums, you get about 30 cents from Spotify. So
that's
better if they want a CD, come along and buy a CD.
Oh, there you go. Come to the show and buy a CD.
You brought merchandise with you here, right? You've got all the stuff.
It can be downloaded from our website.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So
let's do that.
we'll buy.
Skyrie.co.uk.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, you got to say that one more time.
Oh yeah, .co.uk. That'd be different. Yeah.
Skyrie.co.uk. We'll share the link as well.
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
But we'll buy a CD. Will you guys sign it if we buy it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll buy a CD and we'll give it away coming up on one of the recent WKRP posts. So look for that. We'll get them to sign it. So thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been an absolute pleasure.
All right, we'll see you tonight.
We'll see you this evening.
Great
Yeah.
stuff. Look forward to it.
I'm gonna make sure that David Fishering brings a bottle of his finest whiskey,
We'll make that happen.
and we'll have a little taste after the gig, Pat.